Sophia
Hi,
Soto with the Nerds of Color. How are you today?
I'm so great. Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks for talking to me. I've been a longtime fan, so I'm really excited to do this.
Well, now we're here, and well, we're not really here. We're not in the same room, but at least we're
I
on Zoom.
know.
We have
We're on
similar
Zoom.
colored, we have similar colored backgrounds, right? Is it
Next time
green
we'll
or
be in
maybe just like
person.
a, or is it a tint? I can't
It
tell if
is
it's
no, I actually think we're like the same. Yeah, we have the
a,
same sort of background. We're
right.
matching today.
Good for us.
So congratulations on this movie. I had so much fun watching it, and I think that there's a lot that stands out in the story and I imagine the script. So I want to ask you what moment for your character or the character's relationship or theme really stood out to you to make you be like, I have to say yes to this. I really want to be a part of this.
I think it had been about 10 years since I had done anything romantic. I'd basically
Yeah.
been years of like killing people and being killed in movies and TV shows and things. And then also like last time I was doing romantic movies, or my characters were in high school. So I was like
Yeah.
going to prom and wearing backpacks and slamming lockers. And it was exciting to get to read a character that was kind of my age and going through a similar experience. And also, I just love the idea of reflecting on your past love in order to mature into a new relationship that's healthier and seeing your own, triggers and things that come up in relationships and trying to avoid them in the future. And also, I just want to work with Lucy, who's like the rom-com queen.
I know you and Lucy as a duo in this, like immediately I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed.
Really? Oh,
Oh, I love the two of you. And so, actually, since you mentioned Lucy, I'm going to skip ahead and ask you the one question I have. Will and Jane spent 24 hours sharing these important memories with each other, these really vulnerable, deep memories. How did you and Lucy bond on set to make your like chemistry and bond and everything so captivating on screen? Because the two of you worked so well together.
well, we met on the Teen Choice Awards 2014 carpet.
I love this. We're going back. I love this.
That's like where everybody meets, you know what I mean? That is like the hot spot to meet of the world. Like if you
Yep.
want to meet somebody that you really love, you go to the Teen Choice Awards, but only in 2014.
Yeah.
We met on the carpet, and I didn't know this, but later that night at like 2 in the morning, she tweeted Nat Wolff might be the cutest. So I found that out like way later, and I was really
Yeah.
excited about it. And then I saw her on a hike in LA, and I waved to her, and I said hi, and she looked terrified, and she just like kind of looked at me and walked away like, really fast. So then, so then I didn't really, I didn't know what was going on. I was getting real mixed signals, and then I got offered this movie, and she actually had pushed for me to be cast, which is or I was her idea. It wasn't like she was forcing them to cast me. Um, and and uh, and then we just immediately had a vibe, and we had about a month to work on the script with Peter. We just made it more and more personal, and then once we got to set, honestly, it was a lot of improvising and just effortless playing. I mean, it really was one of the most effortless shoots where, and I learned a lot from doing something like this where you don't, there was a certain level of play that came from just relaxing and letting it happen.
Yeah. And I want to ask you about the improv because I'm always a fan of hearing which moments or lines were improv. And we're going to release this after the movie releases. So, can you tell me your favorite improv moment or line or anything that made it into the movie?
Oh yeah, I improvised saying, I got to keep you away from my family.
It's,
When she was talking about how like she'd slept with the brother of the guy,
yep.
that she's engaged to. And then in the screening, that got a big laugh. I'd actually forgotten I was improv, and the
Yeah.
director said, "You're improv." And I said, "Oh, thanks."
That must have been a pretty good feeling, right? Knowing you threw something into the movie and
Yeah.
it got a laugh from me too.
Oh, it did? Okay,
Yeah,
good, good.
of course it did.
That's the
It
only
will.
laugh.
I was laughing throughout the whole movie. It was great.
Okay.
I loved it. And if you personally had to pick one person in your life to confront your history with, no matter what sort of, whether it's romantic
Yeah.
history or career history, anything you want, who would you pick and why? I
I think
know,
it would have
deep
it
question.
would be you, Sophia. I think it was you because we never met before, but we both had the same background, and I
There we
didn't, and
go.
I wasn't upset by it, but I thought, who's copying who? You know what I mean? Are you trying to have my background? Am I trying to have your background? And then also, it's like, are you showing me up with a better green background? There's a lot going on there for me that I think
I
we
know.
have to. You and I should really we should discuss and divulge really what we were going for.
Exactly, like a 24-hour reflection on our backgrounds. I
24
think
hour,
that's
yeah. I think that's
yep.
smart.
I think
Really,
it's
really.
fun. I love it. My
Yeah.
favorite answer you've given me so far. Love it.
Thank
In your opinion, what is the key, or what are the things you look for in a perfect romance movie?
Oh, that's such a good question. I have a great
Thank you.
list for you. Great list. I wrote a list, and you have to keep all the movies in. I'm going to read them really fast, so you can just keep
Oh,
it all
come
in.
on. You say whatever you want.
Okay, here's my list of movies. They're ones that I'd watched before the movie, during the movie, even after, but all kind of
Oh,
were
I
in the
love
same
this.
genre, like same idea.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read them all like back to back, and this will give you kind of a
Love
vibe
this.
of where I'm at.
Love this.
When Harry Met Sally, Groundhog Day, Heaven Can Wait, Moonstruck, Say Anything, Bring Up Baby, Broadcast News, His Girl Friday, Harold and Maude, The Apartment, The Big Sick, Annie Hall, Sleepless in Seattle, Long Shot, Silver Linings Playbook, Love Actually, Jerry Maguire, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, What's Up Doc, Clueless, Lost in Translation, About Time, The Wedding Singer, Eternal Sunshine, Notting Hill, Philadelphia Story, Before Sunrise.
I love that. Oh my God. I
Mm,
love this. This is amazing. And you got that, like, really probably was the best prep you ever could have done.
totally. I mean, for this
Oh
kind of
my
genre,
gosh.
especially, just like
Yeah.
it's a few I'd never seen before, like Heaven Can Wait and What's Up Doc, and I rewatched things like, oh, also we rewatched When Harry Met Sally and Annie Hall, and both of them had It Had to Be You, the song in it. So that's why we put It Had to Be You in this as like a, following the tradition of the rom-com.
Yeah. I love, did one of them stand out in particular to you? Any like qualities that you were like, oh, I want to not an Easter egg, but use something you saw as an inspiration or anything like that in the movie somehow?
Totally. I think the character Warren Beatty's character in Heaven Can Wait was kind of a lovable rogue in a way. And same with the character in Before Sunrise, Ethan Hawke's character. And then there's something about When Harry Met Sally, the way that the stakes always seem low because they're just talking, but the stakes are really high. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of trick that the movie does on you, and you don't even know why you're crying at the end. And I think this movie has a similar feel where it kind of sneaks up on you.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with that list. You need to like send it over to me. I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
you
do
gotta
the Nat
publish
Wolff
it. Yeah,
pitch.
yeah, yeah. Nat Wolff's favorite rom-coms.
There's this quote that I really loved and that stuck with me. It's, what do you do after you've told someone how messed up you are and they don't run for the hills? I think that is such a perfect life quote. What is one time in your life where you felt that way and that relief? And did you use any of that, like that memory, for how Will was feeling in this relationship?
Well, I think that's one of the reasons that makes this relationship that has this possibility for
Yes.
maturity. At the end of the movie, you think maybe they have a chance. I know in my life, a lot of times, you start off a relationship with somebody and you're getting to know each other, and there's a certain element of performance, and it
Yeah.
almost takes about 6 months until you start to see, okay, this is maybe who I really am on a more base level, and this is who they are, and do these people, because there's almost this period where everything feels too easy, and it is usually. Whereas I
Yeah.
think these characters are like, here I am, warts and all, and it might actually be a more honest way to start a relationship. That's not dissimilar to When Harry Met Sally. They're starting from
Yes.
this deep friendship, um and so I think for me, I actually find this movie kind of inspiring for me, that maybe it is right to it's that first excitement about somebody, and that no matter what is going to wear off, and really there should be, it really is about exposing, the things about yourself, and then saying, oh, I still want to be with you. I think that's what real love is. Yeah.
I feel like that's the hope. Like at the, like you said, like at the end of the movie, it leaves everyone with such a sense of hope. Like,
Yeah.
so I love it. That was my favorite quote.
uh
And I had so much fun speaking with you. Thank you so much, Nat. I
yeah, thank you
appreciate
so much.
you.
Yeah, you're the best.
Congratulations on the movie. And
I hope to
we'll
talk to
talk
you
again
soon.
soon with the same background. Do not change your background.
We did really. I won't. I'm never going to move from this chair now. I'm going to wait till the next movie I'm in comes out,
There we go.
and then you can talk to me from there.
There we
Perfect.
go. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
The activists, directors, comments and the lectures, fanboys, professional artists and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see your screen, hit play, so check this.